Hey, welcome
Tuesday
back.
night. Welcome to Bet You Did Not Know.
Bet you didn't know a whole lot of shit that I
Yeah,
didn't know either.
I'm telling you, we learn something new every day. That's what
Yeah.
they
Hey,
say.
welcome.
Welcome.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Adam. I noticed that you looked away conveniently right at the time Mary popped up in the intro. I didn't know if
Yeah, I
that
did.
was
I just feel horrible looking at that.
uh,
And for those folks that didn't know,
what's up, Carter?
yeah, Carter, what's up, buddy? So one of our previous episodes, we talked about Mary, and Mary was this elephant. She was part of a circus, and the circus was on a stop, and everybody was hanging out. Well, somebody was trying to motivate Mary in a way that she wasn't happy with, so she went on a rampage and smashed a bunch of people. Just went on a rampage, and so they felt that it was justifiable to hang an elephant, like you would back in the day. Somebody does something wrong, yeah, go to the tree, hang them, right? Kick the horse, whatever you did, kick the stool. But this was a moment of we're going to hang an elephant. Okay. And then there was the whole, they tried and it didn't work, and then they had to train. I mean, it was so inhumane and fucked up that it is what it is. But yeah, so I'm looking at that picture of an elephant hanging by a crane. It's totally jacked up.
Well, let's teach their own. To each their own.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, look, shoot it, something, but don't. It's like an electric chair gone wrong. Somebody's eyeballs are bubbling out and their mouth's foaming, and they anyways.
Those videos are out there.
Yeah, they are out there. But yeah, hey, welcome back to another episode of Bet You Didn't Know. What episode?
Yeah, boy.
What number?
We're at number 47.
47. And this is fun, man. I like this. I like this platform. This is good. Adam.
Yeah. No,
I like this mic. I like the mic.
Yes, we started off apparently on a dark tone.
Yeah, we did.
Which is oddly in stark contrast to the I don't know if we'll call it a topic, a theme of whatever. It's just kind of the spirit of the episode is childhood, and almost not childhood lost, but things lost since childhood. What's up, Nick?
I can tell you a lot of things I lost since I was a kid.
Right. Well, that's what we're going to talk about. Like, Christ, but your mom.
Yeah, boy, here we go.
Bonnie, you're going to have to mute him. He's out of control tonight. We're not stopping.
What's up, Nick, brother? Yeah, nonstop, dude. We're on a mission.
So yeah, just, games, traditions, things, hobbies, whatever the case might be. So that is odd that we took a.
Oh, God, no. Mom said me too.
Oh, Christ.
Lord. I don't even know what what the hell she's
talking. Robert, welcome to the party.
Robert, what's up, brother? Hey, thanks for jumping in, guys. We've already got like 1,000 people in here. Too much Red Bull? Maybe not enough. Beef sticks and Red Bull.
Yeah,
dinner champions.
That's what your boy is running on tonight.
A fistful of beef sticks and some Red Bull. But I hope everybody's having a good Tuesday. It is Tuesday. Yeah, beautiful weather here in St. Louis. A little sunshine report. So it looks like everything's going to get nice. I'm going to take the old cutlass out again tomorrow. Raise a little hell. Love it.
Kyle says it does not exist.
Oh, Kyle doesn't believe in the unicorn of a cutlass.
That is correct.
Mm-hmm. She's kind of like a phantom amongst the city. And like take her out, and people like, oh, there's that car.
Yeah, I only see it every so often.
Yeah,
like Bigfoot.
Right.
So I guess before we get into the topic and everything like that, and that almost leads right into it. I was going to say that.
You say, "Oh man."
No, I said this almost leads right into what I was going to say before we were going to get into it. I was going to talk about this Thursday there won't be an episode of Adrenaline. Kenny's still sick, still out, so still waiting for him to be able to get back at 100%. So it just makes
Yeah.
sense to postpone it until we're able to get that up and going like it was and like it shall be.
Robert, wondering if we have a tentative schedule next year. We do have a tentative schedule. However, in the industry, we try to, kind of keep that back and get it nailed down, which we pretty much have it nailed down. We're looking at one or two more events, but in the big scheme of things, we do have it nailed down. So it looks like there's a whole lot of people in tonight, which is awesome. So we'll kind of give a rundown. Not that we'll do this on every episode, but I assume questions are going to come up, right? Like, where's Skinny? So Adam and I, producer Adam, Prince Adam, whatever you'd like to call him, and
I go by many names and wear many hats.
Ryan, whatever you want to call me. Adam's always been a podcast guy. We were roommates for a long time. We always had great banter, great communication and talking and just awesome conversations. So Adam had the idea of, hey, I want to put this podcast together. Let's do it. We'll talking guns kind of action. It'll be a good time. And
Machine gun and sniper.
Machine gun and sniper. That's right. So we've been doing this podcast for about a year. Really,
Bonnie knows.
Yeah, really, in the big scheme of things, it's sort of pointless, but it's not because it's informative. But it is informative. I have learned so much doing this podcast with you, Adam. Just some really cool facts that I would have never known, maybe that people have forgot about. And that's the whole purpose of Bet You Didn't Know is Adam puts together an array of topics and weird facts that we have forgot, or maybe people do still know.
Yeah.
And we discuss them. So Adam brings it. I sort of react to it in my very extensive vernacular.
Right.
With I should pull up my thesaurus here while I'm thinking about it.
Wow, that's cool.
So that's what this is about. And so what we're doing is the ADRL is creating a network where we're going to have a lot of different podcasts in the ADRL network. Of course, we have Big Head and Dr. Fears, the Adrenaline podcast on Thursday nights. Since Rockingham, unfortunately, Kenny has just gotten really, really sick with COVID, and it's lingering, and he's having breathing issues, and he's still kicking. I mean, I talked to him for 2 hours every day pretty much, but he's just out of it. Actually, he's admitting himself today. Us guys, we pretty much have to be on our deathbed before we go to the hospital, but today was the day, so he's going in. His beautiful wife Jess is keeping me updated with what's going on. Everything's good to go. So in the interim, this is not a replacement for the Adrenaline podcast. This is just another podcast we're just here to have some fun, chat it up, jump in the chats, let's talk, and it's a good time. I enjoy it.
Been the motto. It's fun.
Yeah. So I digress. Don't want to ramble on, but that is what we're doing here. So this podcast doesn't necessarily represent the ADRL per se, as far as the racing series and all that. I mean, I could still obviously give information about it, but this is more of
we still talk about it.
Yeah, we still talk about it.
It's a big part of our life outside of here. So
yeah, that's right. That's right. But in the big scheme of things, this is sort of our outlet to not vent or laugh. Yeah, just a kind of a getaway. So
dive into the stuff that we enjoy, which is sometimes the darker side of things, as a lot of people noticed at the beginning of the episodes. And history has, no shortage of dark things that we've talked about plenty on past episodes, and we will talk plenty more in future episodes. We still have the stack of horrific deaths, and I believe we're not even are we in the 1400s, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. Like that. We hadn't. I think we were at that point where
it was just getting modern,
struggling with European names. Started getting into that hilarious,
a lot of
anonymous, Shadigi and things.
Yeah. So I can't remember where we left off at, but I don't think that we're far into the thousands, maybe. So still plenty more horrific deaths that have happened throughout history that we'll go into in probably sometimes too great of detail.
No, the more detail, the better.
I mean, you brought up the horn last week.
Oh yeah, the horn,
blazing horn.
So for those of you that don't know, I bet you didn't know this. One way of torturing people or punishing them was they built, and I forgot what country. Do you remember what country or region this was in?
don't. I don't remember exactly which one. It was definitely European just because of the time
European.
frame that
Yes.
was mainly the populated areas, but yeah.
So I would assume that you had to do something very wrong in their eyes to be a part of this awesome thing. However, it's a brass bull. It's a full size, real life size brass bull, and the underbelly of it has a flap that comes down, kind of like a door hatch, and then they out of the mouth, built into the mouth is a horn, right? And then the horn goes inside the cavity of the bull. And then what would happen is whoever was convicted would go, they would put him inside the bull, shut the gate, lock it up, and then they would commence to starting a fire underneath of it, a real hot fire, and just cooking the person alive inside the bull. And their screams would come through the horn out of the bull's mouth and the smoke and everything else. And so that's how they would do you in. You would become the voice of a bull for
Yeah.
however long that lasted. I don't know. I mean, probably a while.
Yeah. Or God
Couldn't even
forbid
imagine.
God forbid you're the daughter of an Aztec chief who is married off into another tribe and then
Oh,
has their skin filleted off their body, their family invited over to the new tribe for dinner, and the high priest comes out wearing the daughter's skin.
yeah. Like, hey, what do you think? She was a pretty good dress. I
Yeah.
like her.
Yeah,
Look how
enjoy.
smooth my skin looks.
Right, we never settled on what the dinner consisted of. I wonder if that was
Oh,
the
yeah, like
real.
some Hannibal Lecter type
Yeah,
shit, like
if
where
that
they're
was
feeding her
the
family their own daughter.
right, and
"Oh,
then
look at these fillets. Ooh, they're
while
so
they're
delicious."
while they're enjoying dinner, out walks this dude wearing
Yeah.
what is he wearing? Oh my god.
So look, it's not normally this graphic or gory. That's
No.
just part of the episodes where we talked about. Bet you didn't know how some people got
Yeah.
totally destroyed in history, but that's part of it.
It's part of history.
It's part of it. It is part of history. But there's a lot of cool other facts, like dudes that should have died 5 times in their lifetime, but didn't. Like
Yeah.
jump out of a plane and survive, and they get in
Mhm.
a car crash and survive, and then they're in a
Mhm.
train that goes off a bridge and crashes into a river, and they somehow survive by another car crash handful of years later, and they survive another horrific car crash. That's crazy.
And he won the lottery about a year before he died.
Oh yeah, that's right. And on top of that, he won the lottery a year
A year
before he
before
died.
he died.
That's just so good.
That was a lucky son of a bitch. And
Mhm.
yeah, Bonnie, I have been to there used to be a medieval torture museum out in Alton at the Mineral Springs Hotel. And it was kind of a combo deal when back when I was doing the paranormal investigations, we went out there and investigated one time and did the tour beforehand. And Janet, the lady who owned it, also had a museum up in the Wisconsin Dells. So I think she took everything up there. But I would imagine it's probably close to the same stuff out there. And oh man, in the medieval times, they got creative.
Yeah. Damn
They
it,
had
Janet.
fun. Yeah, she had a good collection, very good collection.
Hmm.
And Mineral Springs is a pretty good overnight paranormal place if you guys ever feel like going ghost hunting.
Yeah, I like ghosts. I like they're delicious.
I think that they, as far as Carter's talking, I think that
We
they've
all
got
want to
it
know
pretty.
where.
Yeah,
Actually, hold on.
they're close.
Wasn't it a psychic? Or wait, or did somebody have a photograph?
Well,
One
there
of
was a
two things.
photograph. There was a photograph of a couple on a dock
A
in like
couple of a
Japan.
doc, and one looks exactly like
It looked
Amelia.
a lot like, but I think that they've done some photo editing and analysis on it, and it found out to be not even a female. And it, you know, we've all seen pictures of Amelia Earhart, handsome lady. So I could see maybe where the connection was tied in.
Yeah, she was a very handsome lady.
Yeah, handsome lady.
Oh my
Uh,
lord,
but
Adam, you're
there's
hilarious, dude.
there's pictures from a boat that was like a Navy boat that was traveling out in that area that was taking pictures of an island, and in the foreground of that picture is you could see what looks like a plane in the surf, and it kind of matches up with about where it would be. So I think that they've got it nailed down. They just haven't found the plane itself. And
Hmm.
then there was another island where they found some bones, and the doctor analyzed them and said that they weren't hers and they weren't a match for her body type. And then they destroyed the bones. So who knows? But yeah,
Huh.
that is one of those kind of hidden treasures out there for somebody to be able to find. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, me too. That was a great topic, and maybe we'll bring that up. You know what we should do?
What should we
We
do?
should have Carter on one of these times, and
He could definitely
have him
bet you
as,
didn't
as
know
a,
us up and down on racing. That's for sure.
yeah. I think that'd be great. We'd do a
Yeah.
racing episode. Okay. So I'm anxious to kind of hear, what do we got today? What did Adam bring to the table tonight?
Well, like I was saying before, it was kind of talking about, we were talking about things that we've forgotten, and just some things from childhood that we either have forgotten, or games that used to be played that aren't played anymore. Things like that, traditions, and then almost kind of, I mean, what causes those things to go away? Why don't we play hide and seek anymore? I think I know the answer, and I think it all comes down to girls. Once girls came into the picture, it became uncool to do those sorts of things.
You think so?
I think so. I mean, that's when a lot of those games and fun kind of stuff stopped. I don't know. I think at least for the guy side of things.
Well, I mean, maybe. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I had neighbor kids that were boys that we didn't really, there were no really girls around per se. So
Sure.
yeah, I think a lot of what we did was
Well, yeah,
ghost in the graveyard and shit like that. Yeah, there were no girls involved.
yeah. Well, once all the guys get together, and of course, but even I mean, there's
things we've lost.
Yeah, even games like marbles. Did you ever play marbles?
Is that where? No, but my
don't
great
know.
grandma had tons and tons of marbles, and I don't know
Yeah.
if maybe we learned to play them when I was a kid, like, and then jacks. But don't jacks, when you play jacks, doesn't that have to do with the marble, or was that a bouncing
No,
ball? How do you play jacks?
from what I gather, or what I remember as a kid, you'd bounce a ball and you'd have to scoop up one or two jacks at a time. And I don't really know what the point was or how you win. I don't remember any of that. But yeah, it's kind of in that same vein of marbles and jacks. They're games that don't get played anymore. That's at least for sure.
Yeah, no, they're not, because there's Xbox and shit like that now.
Yeah, no doubt. I used to love to play with marbles. My
You still do?
yeah, mine.
Or
But
never mind.
my stepdad's mom had a second floor with wooden steps that led up those, and we had bags of marbles, so we would go up to this top and just bounce them off every wooden step, and then go down and collect them, go back up. Probably drove people crazy, but that was about as extensive as I ever got in marbles itself. I don't even know how to play marbles or what the point of it is, but
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not 70 years old.
yeah, me either. Another game I don't ever see played anymore, and I really don't get the point of it either, was hopscotch. Did you ever hopscotch? What was that?
Was that a girls' game?
I mean, I feel like it was, but didn't you just hop on one foot and then you could put 2 feet down?
I never could understand how hopscotch worked. Like, all I saw was boxes and I think numbers.
Yeah.
And then I saw left foot, right foot, and so I never could understand it, like the whole concept of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's pretty weird.
I just knew that if it was one box, you could only jump with 1 foot. And if there was two, maybe, Bonnie, why don't you hop in here? You want me to send you a link? Hop in, tell us how these games play. We don't even
Yeah.
know how these damn things
Sure
are
Mom
played.
knows how to use play hopscotch.
Yeah. I know the basic concept of it, but I think there was even a point in time where you would throw a rock or something, and then you couldn't jump on or step on that or something. Ooh, shuffleboard.
Shuffleboard, yeah. Shuffleboard was cool.
Yeah.
Actually, I've got friends that have shuffleboard.
Like tables in their basement or something.
Yeah.
My mom does, and I used to play it a lot at bars when my grandpa would take me to bars.
Yeah. Bocce ball.
Yeah, bocce ball. That's big in Europe. I know it's in Italian. It's big in Italy. What about tin can stilts? Did you ever make stilts out of tin cans and string?
No, I can't say that I did, but that sounds fun. I mean, dude, you get creative back in the day when you had to be creative. You get creative, like a stick and a wheel.
That used to be a game apparently back in the day. You'd roll it down a dirt road and
Yeah, it
be
was. You just
entertained for
freaking
hours.
just roll a wheel with a stick.
Yeah.
But hey, you know,
Yeah.
it's so riveting.
Yeah, you don't see tetherball anymore. I don't know, is that because people kept getting blasted in the face with that rock hard ball? I would imagine.
No, I tell you the worst part about it is when you're playing like in the wintertime and you would hit it, but you'd hit like
Oh,
down on top of it where the hard part of where it was attached at.
yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that was
Yeah, you
bad. I
feel
was
that.
traumatized as a kid.
Oh, yeah. Or if somebody that's taller or bigger or whatever figures some move out, just dominates the court. It's so demoralizing.
Whatever did happen to tether balls?
I don't know.
Do they not have them anymore at schools? Do you not see them?
I haven't seen one since I was a kid.
Is it that, and you know what else you don't see is the big basketball bucket with the holes coming out of each side.
Oh, yeah, like the shoot. So it's like, oh crap, where's it come from?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You don't see those. You don't see giant slides, big slides, like climbing up and going down slides. You don't see those anymore.
It's true.
Standalones, that is. You don't see tetherball.
Yeah, we used to. I remember preschool. We had every bit of probably a 15-foot metal slide. There was just a ladder that went up and a slide that went down.
Yeah, I watched a kid straight fall backwards from near the top of that thing.
Oh yeah,
out like a light.
Oh,
All the kids were standing around like, "Oh shit!"
Or the worst, you're going down it on a hot day and you get stuck halfway down because your skin hits the metal.
Oh,
You just
hear it. You're like,
and it burns.
So hot.
It's always so hot or so cold. It's never just right.
Where was that school at? There was a school when you can go down the city. You go down 40 or wherever. I don't remember what highway it was.
Down the side of that hill?
Yeah, down this. It was a giant metal
Yeah.
slide that went down. I wonder if that's still around.
Oh God, no, it's not there anymore.
Oh,
It is for
that's
sure gone. But that thing was probably cool as hell. That'd be half the reason to go to school.
For sure. No, that thing was probably exciting as heck getting out there and
oh man,
hauling ass down that thing.
Sure. I mean, you go down it, ride it the first time, and then within 5 minutes, it's all about who's going to be able to stand up going down it. It always leads
burlap sack.
Yo, man, don't get a burlap sack involved. We're going to be flying, fucking flying. So yeah, you don't see too many of those. Yeah, I mean,
no, you don't.
Slides aren't excessive, or they're definitely not. They're mostly enclosed these days. Because yeah, looking back, those railings on those slides were pretty flimsy. Surprised more
railings. I don't
even
remember railings on slides.
Well, I mean, it just kind of curved up a little bit on the edges.
Oh yeah, you just had the little bit right where if you were a
that's it.
toddler and your leg got caught on it, it would break your leg sideways,
bounce your ass all around. Yeah. Yeah, as we're sitting here wondering why they don't have those things anymore.
Yeah, there we go. Right. I wonder if kids like accidentally got like hung on the damn rope on the tetherball. Like, I mean, it's such a great game. Why would they not have that anymore?
I mean, it seems so. It takes up little space. It's cheap. It's a rope and a ball.
Yeah,
and a pole. I mean,
I almost like want to get one just so I could destroy all my kids on it. Like his redemption.
Oh yeah,
getting my ass kicked as a kid. Like, all right, who wants some? Get all the dads involved. Some backyard tetherball action.
Yep.
It was all about if you could hit it down to where it went around over them. Then you hit it again, and then you just keep smoking it, wrap it up,
looping that thing around. Yeah, you're king of the world for a day.
I remember when we would even wear gloves to play tetherball. Jarts, jarts are another one.
Yeah, I wish
my older brother Adrian got one right in the eyeball. Well, not in the eyeball, but it hit his eye socket, went down and stuck into his eye. I didn't see it, but there's certainly a scar, and he remembers it. He said it dangled for a second, and just kind of the weight kind of came down, and it like fell out, and he's like, "Oh God!" It's like it's horrible. Yeah, ask Aid about it. Aid got a jart right to the face.
Yeah, we'll have to have him back on and have him relive that.
Yeah,
go through that.
I think Tony's the one that actually. Nah, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, well, let's not go putting names on who threw it. Well, we will hear from Tony if that was not the case. So, let's see. Red Rover. I don't know if that's played much anymore. But that
I
was
don't even know what that is. I know
Red
what red
Rover.
rum is. You go in the bathroom, shut off the
Red
lights, look in the
rum,
mirror, red rum, red rum, red rum. That
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
No, Red Rover was where you had two lines of people, and you hold hands, and it's Red Rover, send Ryan right over, and you'd be on the other side, and you'd have to run, and you'd pick who you think you're going to be able to bust on through and break their hands apart. If you break their hands apart, then you take one person from their team over to your line, and it's all about elimination.
Really?
Yeah, you never played Red Rover?
Not once in my life, dude. We
Oh,
played
yeah, smear the guy with the ball.
smear the guy with the ball.
Yeah,
Yes, we
yeah,
played that game.
right.
I think words have changed. Apparently, you can't
Yeah,
say sit Indian style anymore. Now
no,
it's
crisscross applesauce.
crisscross applesauce. What kind of
Yeah,
gay shit is that?
yeah, and why are all these kids
Why?
binary these days? I can't understand it. Why is everyone having gender identity crisis?
Oh my god, what
Crisscross
is even
applesauce.
happening? That's a whole different episode. All right, let's not get down
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Goes dark. We always go dark.
Fuck. My
That's
blood
crazy.
pressure going up a little bit.
Yeah, we need to call it. We need to rally the boys and have a rousing game of Red Rover. And we're gonna
Yeah,
half
I
of us
mean,
will end
dude,
up at the
an
hospital.
adult game of Red
Red
Rover?
Rover.
That sounds
Oh
fun.
my
A drunken
god.
adult game of Red Rover. I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah, what happened to
Racquetball.
racquetball? That used to be a thing.
Isn't well, because now pickleball's taken over.
Well, yeah, pickleball is now a thing, but yeah, I think racquetball kind of phased out
What
before.
about handball? That goes right along with racquetball and handball.
Yeah.
I think there's still some racquetball courts like in Webster Groves and the St. Louis Athletic Association, well, the Missouri Athletic Social Club or whatever that is.
There's still some, but there's not as many as back when we were growing up. I know my mom was a member of a couple of those racquetball clubs or gyms or whatever.
It was a fad. It was an 80s
Yeah,
fad, I think. Really.
yeah, feels about right. Ping
I mean,
pong.
tennis doesn't seem to have much traction anymore.
I don't care
Although I
for it.
like tennis. I like tennis. Tennis is fun, man, especially if you can really get the grasp on hitting it and
Mhm.
hitting it hard to
Yeah,
where you can actually have a good swing and hit it hard and it like goes over with some. You're like, oh yeah, that was
yeah, a
good.
little
But
bit of English on it.
yeah, it takes a lot
Yeah.
of practice. I still
Oh,
like
I'm sure.
billiards. Is my jam.
Yeah, Wii Sports tennis. I mean that was almost the peak of gaming for tennis. That was about where it
And
ended.
bowling.
Yeah,
And the bowling.
bowling was fun. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I wish they
How
would.
do we get on this topic? Well, yeah.
We're talking
Anyway,
games,
all
kids,
good.
Red Rover. Um,
Oh, okay. Well, what about Simon Says?
that is one that's on the list. So yeah,
Get out
Simon
of here.
do kids play that anymore?
I think so.
I don't know.
Red light, green light. I know that they do on
Another
Squid
one.
Games.
Okay, that's interesting. That might be the way it resurges back into popularity, but I don't know if kids play that anymore because they've got phones and electronics now. They don't need these games. There's did you see the name of the episode
Yeah, I
today?
couldn't. I wasn't sure. I didn't look it up.
Yeah, okay, good. Because it's an old-fashioned game, and it's a traditional game involving flipping a knife in various ways into the ground. And it's, there's all sorts of different little stylistic points and variations, but it's all about flipping your pocket knife and having it stick into the ground. That's
I mean, I spent my whole life
Mumblety-peg.
doing that.
Yeah, that's Mumblety-peg.
Mumbly,
Mumblety-peg.
mumbly pang,
Peg.
mumbly peg,
hmm That's the name of the game. That was a game back in the day.
mumbly peg.
Yeah.
I still do that,
I know it's fun. I just
or
didn't-
into a tree. You know.
Sure. I mean, throwing a knife or a sharp thing into anything and having it stick, that's human instinct. That's hunting.
Yeah, I love man. I've seen some videos of these drunk ass Irish guys in their bar, and they're all taking darts. It's great, dude. Taking
What are
darts to the chest, to
Oh, I
the
was
back,
gonna
and the
say,
ass cheeks.
yeah.
Taking one to the
Forehead.
head. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
dude, that dude just took a dart to his forehead. Bitchin'.
Oh, Danny's a former Mumblety-peg player.
Danny played it.
Really? Danny's got secret knife skills.
He does. Like if the blade faces forward when it lands.
Yeah, the wind resistance. If you don't throw it like this, it catches the blade and it throws off the angle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. How many kids went to the hospital playing Mumblety-peg? I think Jarts was probably safer. You just got kids running around randomly tossing pocket knives around. What the hell?
I played a pocket knife game called Essay.
That was like a butterfly knife.
Yeah, acting like it was a butterfly knife, and then I
Jesus.
cut my brother's knuckles open with it.
Yeah, that ended that game real quick, huh?
Yeah, sure did. He turned pale white and was freaking out. I was like, "Do not tell mom. Don't tell mom or dad." He's
Which
like, "All
brother?
right, dude."
Which brother was this? Justin?
Adrian.
Oh my God, poor Aiden.
Yeah,
Aiden.
flayed his knuckles across all the way across. They were like laid open. He's like, "Oh." I was like, "Dude, you're good. You're good. Don't tell mom or dad. You're good."
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Oh man." And so he like put like a he had them all taped up and bandaged. I don't know what he told mom or dad about what happened.
Yeah, how that happened.
Yeah, I did it. I essayed his ass.
A short story.
Yeah, that's right. Cutting him, poke it, mother.
Yeah, I'll make you
Shoot.
bleed.
That's how you keep your older brother in check. You just stab him.
That'll do it. You know.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
so. That
And
would
then tell him not to tell his parents because it'll happen again.
right.
You like that? Don't tell them, or I'll
Yeah.
do it again.
Yeah, it'd be worse. It's just I just did this to teach you a lesson so you know how much worse it could be if you told.
Yeah, I'm just setting the tempo here for
Yeah.
my teenage life.
Yeah, you got that essay?
You got that essay? Don't you know I'm local?
Oh my God. About Duck Duck Goose. I remember playing that one as a kid. But
yeah, man. Or even musical chairs, but Duck Duck Goose.
next one on the list, musical chairs.
Yeah, those were all fun games, man.
I had a good time growing
Duck
up.
Duck Goose. Because what was it? You sat down and somebody went around, duck, 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 and then goose. And then you'd have to get up and chase them before they sat into your spot.
Right, before they reclaim your spot going around.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That is a good one.
That'll bring that one back. I mean, I don't know what the problem was with that.
You know what, man? These all sound like great party games. You know, here's what's funny too. Imagine going to a party where you're hosting a party and you got like younger 20s and 30s, folks in there, and you're like, well, let's play some games. We're gonna play Duck Duck Goose. We're gonna play musical chairs.
Red Rover.
Play Red Rover.
Kick the can.
And then you're playing and the whole night is just hysterical. And then they're like telling people, dude, I went to this party and they were playing the coolest games I never heard of. Have you heard of Red Rover or Duck Duck Goose? Like, oh my God, it was so fun. And then like, it's so funny because now they think they've stumbled onto something new and it's been around forever.
What if we had some sort of bet you didn't know Olympics to where teams
that's a great idea.
Have teams of 6 or something like that, and you get some Duck Duck Goose going.
It was called the Adrenaline Games.
I mean, we could.
A giant game of Duck Duck Goose, a giant game of Red Rover.
But here's what if we throw in the caveat? Are these drinking games?
These are drinking games, yeah.
So there's going to be penalties and prizes.
You're right. And there's going to be some serious clotheslining.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, that sounds great, man.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah,
it really sounds like a good weekend.
Yeah, it does.
So yeah, we get a little bit of that. Freeze tag. That's another game that's on the list of things that.
Freeze tag. I forgot all about that. Actually, I don't even remember how to play freeze tag.
Freeze tag was all about, if you got tagged, you're frozen. So the person that's wants to freeze everybody because whoever else is on the loose can go and unfreeze a person that's frozen.
Oh, really?
You got to freeze everybody before somebody unfreezes and restarts the cycle.
I like when I get out and play these games with my kids. I've forgotten all about them. I'm so glad you brought these up. Like I want to play Ghost in the Graveyard. You remember that one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Explain it for anybody that might not know on your. I doubt Carter's ever played it.
Ghost in the Graveyard. So if I'm not mistaken, it was almost like hide and go seek where you had to go. You were by yourself, if I think. You would go somewhere and then everybody would go hide. And it's almost like hide and go seek. But you would come out. Yeah, wasn't it like Ghost in the Graveyard? And then you would have to, they would try to get back to base without being seen.
Yeah, it was.
And then you would yell "Ghost in the Graveyard," and then I forgot how the rules went, but dude, I do remember playing.
It was kind of like Kick the Can. It was almost like Kick the Can, but there wasn't a can that he had to kick. You just had to get to base. Because in Kick the Can, you had a can that you put up like in the woods. And then the person who's you would go and try to find the other people. But while they're, going to the left, the people that are on the right are heading towards the can. So they're constantly trying to double back and protect the can so that nobody can come up and kick it away. It seems similar to that, but yeah, a little bit of hide and seek mixed in with get back to base.
It was definitely had a different the game model was different than but similar as hide and go seek. But anyways, Ghost in the Graveyard. That was a cool one. I just remember playing it for hours on end.
Oh yeah. And bikes. Oh man, bikes was the only thing.
Like riding bicycles?
Yeah, that was your main mode of transportation anywhere. And then don't even let me find a place I can build a ramp, because now we have to get air.
Yeah, and kids aren't building forts anymore. Like, what the hell happened to building forts? What happened to dragging old lawn chairs and furniture you found and mattresses and shit?
Yeah, into a tree
the
house.
woods, into a tree house, or building a fort. I mean, when I was a kid, that's all we did, man. We found wood in the creeks. Kids would find other wood. We'd bring it down. We even had fight like club fights, like gangs. Like this is our clubhouse, and our tree house or our fort, whatever it was, right? And you had forts, you had tree houses, and then you had clubhouses, which were all kind of different. But yeah, but you would just drag shit. I wouldn't, even if it was a recliner, you and like 5 other friends would figure out a way to get it on skateboards and drag it with bikes down to the woods somehow, since you all couldn't carry it. Like there was a way to make it happen. And
it's all about setting up a clubhouse, someplace outside of your house that you could store the nudie magazines or exactly cigarettes that you found or whatever, a bottle of.
That's where every kid learns to smoke. That's where every kid has their first cigarette, is in their clubhouse. Their little fort with their friends.
Yeah, Nick was a fort builder.
Yeah, of course, man.
Fellow fort builder, salute.
Fellow fort builder, that's right. And then you would like go actually have like club fights. Like I remember having dirt club fights with other kids, and we would take rocks and pack mud around them. Dude, we would smoke the shit out of each other with those things.
Oh man,
lots of stitches, lots of
cuts, scrapes, iodine.
Yeah, iodine, lots of iodine. Oh yeah,
the peroxide or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It was always fun to watch it foam up on the cut. That was always exciting.
Now keep in mind, this was like in the 70s and 80s, right? So
I was born in 79. So my early years were the 80s, essentially.
Yeah, so I'm curious, like what the kids were doing, like in the 50s and 60s and 70s. Because we have like these little games we played, but I guess it was very similar. They were probably building forts.
I would imagine, probably not too far off from
the
stuff we were doing. I don't know. But all these sorts of games, Duck Duck Goose, I think they all probably came from that generation, and maybe we were the age that it started to phase out with.
Yeah, because I don't remember jacks being a thing in the 80s. I think it was more of like a 60s, and
I remember him being referenced.
Thing, maybe 70s.
Yeah, I remember seeing him like in cartoons or being referenced as a thing in older shows.
But because like the cartoon characters would step on them.
Yeah.
Right.
What the hell's these? I think I've seen him at my grandma's house or grandpa's house or something like that. But
I mean, tops were a thing at one point.
Yeah, tops were really big for a bit there.
Oh, do you remember the toy?
Yo-yos. Those were a big ass thing for a bit.
The toy that had the 2 wires that went down, it looped on the end, and then you had the disc with the pole going through it.
Yes,
what the go down and then come back around and come.
I remember it, but I never played with it or knew what the hell to do with it.
And my grandma had one. I remember playing with that as a kid. I was like, oh, this is a fun little thing.
Yeah. I mean, those were the type of games. Red light, green light, like we talked about. Foursquare. I remember playing that.
Foursquare was fun. That was actually a game we played a lot at school. Yeah, Foursquare was fun.
Yeah, you play with the bouncing ball. I doubt that's played anymore.
Spin the bottle.
Yeah, that was that got played. I guess. I don't know if kids still play that or not. Who knows? Maybe.
I don't know, man. Not anymore.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be that big of a deal.
Parents don't even want their kids like walking around the subdivision anymore. I'm like, get the hell out of here. Go, dude. Like, go explore.
Yeah. Get
Go
out of
do something,
yeah,
you know?
be out of my line of sight for a bit.
Yeah. And I was telling somebody this. When I was a kid, my mom would not let us in the house. Like, it was outside all day. You can eat outside, hang out outside. You're not coming inside. And we didn't. Like, we just weren't allowed to come inside. We were gone all day long. But it was great. I mean, that's what you have to do. That's where the critical thinking, that's where a lot of the life lessons come from. Like if you decide to hide in a ditch and throw rocks at cars when they're going by, or
Played that.
that kind of fun thing.
Yeah, I played that game. I think we talked about it on my birthday episode that you weren't on, that I threw an unripened tomato and hit a off-duty police officer's car and broke his side mirror.
Good for you, dude.
Yeah, that was a good time. It was a hell of a throw. I mean, you can't take away how good that throw was. I couldn't even begin to tell you.
Okay. Chess and checkers.
I played checkers. I never understood chess. Never picked up on that one.
Excuse me.
So that one was lost to me.
My a game my parents, grandparents played all the time that my family was all involved in. They'd have like these World Series of cards. Was a game called Canasta.
I've heard of it. I think my grandparents played Pinochle.
Yeah, this was Canasta, and it required like a certain amount of decks played together, like a whole bunch of cards. This was like 4 or 5 decks put together or something. I don't know. And then there was like different tables having a game.
It's nice having your mom here to check your stories.
Oh, let me tell you, I remember it vividly. I remember going in, there would be like 4 tables, 3 tables. Each table had family members at it, and they were all playing their own game. And it would go all day long, dude, into the night. And it was like a championship. They had like championship games and shit. Like they would
that's a bit
play
much.
to the end. I don't know. I don't know how to play it though. I don't remember, but it was an all day thing that they played cards all day.
Jesus.
Canasta. How many decks of cards? Who can answer that? How many decks of cards do you use for the game Canasta? Who's going to respond first? Prince Adam or Bonnie? Prince Adam or Bonnie? She probably don't remember. Although I do recall, I don't know if I remember her playing.
2 complete decks of 52 French suited playing cards.
Oh, only 2 decks. Okay. As a kid, that deck, 2 decks probably looks like a lot more than normal.
Look who knew. That's crazy.
Look who has a computer in front of him. Kyle Moore.
Maybe. I don't know if Kyle would have Googled that or not, to be honest with you. I think he just had that information.
Oh. Scrabble was another game. Yeah, Scrabble was another game.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever understood it from a points aspect. I think I just tried to spell words on it.
Yeah. What about Trivial Pursuit?
Oh, I love that game. My favorite part was just getting the pieces of the pie and putting the different colored pie pieces in.
Oh, yeah.
The old school little container thing.
The other one that we had was the Entertainment Tonight board game.
Was it the like Trivial Pursuit edition, or it's just Entertainment Tonight?
It was just called Entertainment Tonight was the name of the game. And it just was like a deck of cards, and you had to like guess it was all based around like celebrities, and TV shows, and
that's what Entertainment Tonight was all about.
Oh yeah. Who shot JR?
Dallas.
Who did shoot JR? Did they ever figure out who shot JR?
I don't know. I thought it was Pat Duffy. Maybe I could be wrong. Patrick Duffy.
Who shot JR? I don't know.
I don't either. Hot potato. Kids ever play hot potato anymore?
No. I mean, not with a real potato. That'd be a whole lot cooler.
Yeah.
Oh, Battleship. Yes, man. I love Battleship. What a cool game that was.
That was a great one.
Battleship was a cool game. Potentially my favorite. And as a matter of fact, growing up, you learned how to take a piece of paper and fold it over, right? And make a Battleship game on a piece of paper, right? So.
Oh, okay. Like a travel board.
Yeah. So basically you would make on one side, it would be a grid. You'd put your ships and stuff on it.
Yep.
And then on the other side of the fold, you'd have to scribble a little circle, a dot with your pencil, fold it over, and then rub it. And then wherever that dot landed is how you made your move.
Nope, that makes good sense. The electronic version really stepped it up to a whole nother level.
Yeah, for sure. It's all right that you joined late, and that's okay. Remember, this
happy
is
to have
what
you.
you didn't know. You know, this is
We talk about whatever.
this is our hanging out conversation night. As far as the schedule goes, we have 5 secured, and we're working on a few more. So we don't want to release that yet. However, that's coming along. So I appreciate you asking.
Oh yeah.
What is it
Hoping
with
to release
tracks?
that soon.
Why do the tracks take so long to respond? Can
Yeah,
anybody help me with that?
How
I
can
know
we
they're busy.
streamline-
Look, it's
how
the end
can
of
we
the season. I
streamline
know
this
they're
whole
busy. You
process?
got guys doing fucking riding on the back of pickup trucks going down the racetrack. You know, there's a whole lot of shit happening.
Yeah,
Get-
that's true.
you know,
Clusterfuck.
get some owners. Anyway, I don't think Rachel really cared. Anyways, I don't think it impacted her either way. But
It was a weird bit of posturing from a media standpoint from parties that weren't even involved in the event.
yeah, right. But to answer you, an update. We don't have the update as of yet, and I know we're getting close. PRI, it's the Purple Dragster Man. No, hey, no problem, dude. Absolutely. Schedule appointments with the tracks. Yeah, I mean it's so like, you know, it's just interesting. I come from more of a corporate environment and military background where everything is like hurry up and wait, instantaneous responses, things are time efficient, they got to get done now. And in this industry, on this side of the fence, it's just there's some latency. Maybe people are where, you know, they have a big event one weekend, they need a couple days to decompress. They might only have 1 or 2 days to respond before they're planning their next event. And you know, and it's cool, you know, so it's just kind of slow going. I really like to properly plan things and have agreements done and finalized before we release the event schedule. But you know, it's kind of a slow go with the communication, and that's fine. It's not a big deal. It's more laid back, and you know, but I'm a get it done now kind of guy. I don't like to fuck around. Excuse my friend.
Nope.
Or
That's
English,
just fine.
or
Yeah,
vulgar English, whatever you want to call it.
whatever language it derived from originally. So
Yeah.
So nope, we're just navigating all that and figuring it out kind of as we go. So yeah, we'll adjust for it and have it fine tuned. But yeah, hopefully we'll have some more information coming out real soon.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. It's there, and we're ready.
Oh
Dr.
yeah.
Fears, you have a day job as well? No, I do not. Not anymore. Day job.
Yeah.
Really,
With
kind
the
of.
ADRL and everything.
I mean,
got
the
going on.
ADRL is my. Yeah, I mean that is my focus. That is my mission. The ADRL is absolutely. I mean, recently here in the past few weeks, getting to, you know, after the season's kind of wrapped up and looking at, you know, doing the end of the year stuff, looking at the financials, planning next year, you know, talking to the tracks, picking tracks, you know, the whole thing, you know, so lately it's been 15 hours a day, every day for the past 3 or 4 weeks. So yeah, it's definitely been busy. But I like to break away when I can. Recently I've gotten to doing some art, some renderings and stuff. I've been posting them up. Hashtag Dr. Fears Creations. Maybe you've seen some of them or not. But so, you know, so no daytime job. Maybe Mr. Mom. My wife's an amazing photographer. So maybe if I can get her to really kind of get down and dirty and get busy with this photography, maybe I'll be the Mr. Mom. Maybe she could be the sugar mama.
Yeah, there you go.
Really won't do anything. That'd be super dope.
Nice. That'd be a good deal.
I am a former business owner. Yes, I am.
And current.
As a matter of fact. Yes. As a matter of fact, yes. A few businesses. I had a retro trucking garage. That was fun. And then I had an insurance company that I had for about 8 years that I recently sold back this past December, and now I'm the proud owner of the American Drag Racing League. And so, on a mission. You just can't ever stop. Once you get going, that train doesn't slow down. You just gotta keep rocking. It's the life of an entrepreneur. You always see things and recognize opportunities, and I do inventions on the side. I got some things that I'm working on. Obviously, can't tell anybody, but
top secret.
It's always something. And guitar. If you can't tell behind me, I love music. I play the shit out of my guitars. I was in a band for a long time. Really, that was my first entrepreneurial track per se after the military. We were looking at Roadrunner Records, had a connection through family with Roadrunner connections. So we recorded an album. We were planning to be signed, and then had singer issues. They're always pretty eccentric, but anyways, things didn't pan out, and so I had a few other bands and always created my own music. And so that's a hobby as well. It just, things are different these days, right, Adam? It's not just plugging into an amp and recording. Now you have technology, and people don't even use amps anymore. It's like you plug them directly into
I can record a track. I can record a track right here, send it over to you. You can put your track on top of my track. We can compress them together, and all of a sudden send them over to Green Machine, get some drums on there,
so
we'd have a song.
Cross tracks.
Oh yeah, cross streams.
Cross.
I guess that's another game we used to play as kids that we don't play anymore. But whatever.
Yeah, I'll say that I never actually played that game. That's weird.
Well, whatever. You have so many brothers. I don't think you guys never played Swords.
No, I'm pretty sure. No, wait, what? No, never.
Never. What game's this?
I did convince my brother to drink a cup of pee when I was a kid.
Oh my God. How?
Sorry, Justin. I know.
How you pull that off?
It was Mom just got back from the grocery store. Here's some lemonade. Oh, okay, thank you. Blip, blip.
Nice.
That's how that works. Nice. Ron Peggy. How did I meet Kenny? That's a great question. So I had actually met Kenny years ago and didn't realize that I had met Kenny until we connected the dots afterwards. But I had a company called Retro Truck and Garage, and I was looking for a home for the company and needed a shop with a lift. And one of my close friends said, "Hey, I know a guy who's got a shop with a lift, air compressor, everything we need if we need to go somewhere. And, I'll talk to him about it." And he came back to me and said, "Dude, you're not going to believe it, but this guy's going to let us use a shop for free. He's not going to charge us anything. He just wants us, to, hey, good luck, do well." And so anyways, that guy ended up being Kenny. So Kenny, the way I met Kenny formally is he let me use this big shop facility with some lifts and a big compressor where we worked on trucks and cool stuff. So I was very grateful for that. That was really awesome that he did that and didn't charge me a penny for it. It was pretty awesome. And then we found out in the past that we had met each other through some MMA fights. I'd been to a couple of his mixed martial arts fights that he'd had. Went to a couple of his indoor football stadium games. I'd met him a couple times there. So and I wouldn't say met, but kind of crossing paths. So yeah. And then after I sold my company, we obviously we had kept talking, and then he kind of explained the ADRL and went through its long, prosperous history and the ups and the downs and everything else. And, I'm a gearhead myself, and the timing was perfect. So, yeah, so I can't wait. It's pretty, I can wait. I have waited. Now I'm doing it. So there's no waiting.
Yeah, we can't. Honestly, we can't wait. We need to do it. We're kind of doing it.
Yeah,
so
we are doing it. We are doing it. And, yeah, it's fantastic, man. I love it. Thanks for sharing. Hey, my pleasure, man. No problem at all.
It's been a fun ride. I can say that. It
is. My gosh, man. It's so
My
It's
involvement
so
is
fun,
definitely
man.
transformed from my original understanding in our initial agreement to beyond that, but whatever, we'll talk about that at a later date. So, yeah. Hey, this has been my
Adam went from producing the podcast for the Adrenaline Show to pretty much being heading up our operations. He's our puppet master per se, and Damie's good at it. Jeesh,
I
back
do
off
some
a little bit, bro.
hey, we're getting there one way or another. Coming with me, hell or high water. But no, it's been fun because this is like we've kind of talked about on other episodes or in the past at least. This is my first foray into drag racing at all. So
Yeah,
I've only been to 2 drag races, filmed both of them, edited the video, loved it. So I'm loving it, loving the behind the puppet side of it as well. So that part's all
yeah.
been fun and great and fitting into everything I do. So it's been a fun learning experience from the racing side and getting to meet the people involved in it and learn about the cars because that's something I know nothing about. I can wire a studio together in a couple hours, but I couldn't tell you anything about cars. So
Yeah, right.
we're
I
learning.
think to me that's one of the fun things about it is at the end of the night or during the middle of the day after qualifying rounds or whatever it is, going to the pits and seeing everybody work on the cars. And
Mhm.
I'm mechanically inclined. I grew up working on cars, but that was never, I went into the military and then played music and stuff. So I never went down I didn't go to Rankin or ITT or any of those places, but my
Right.
brain is still definitely geared towards mechanics of things. And so
Sure.
I just love going to the pits and watching and asking, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope I'm not,
Oh, I love
you know,
asking dumb questions.
like I
That's my
love,
favorite thing to do.
like it was great, walking up to Tommy Mooney's trailer and I see him in there working on his computer. I was like, Tommy. He's like, yeah, hey, it's such a nice guy. Oh my gosh. And I was like,
Super nice.
what you programming? And he was so cool. And he's like, oh yeah, and we just kind of started talking, I don't know. Um, the band Kicks in the 80s. What songs did they sing? Kicks is the name of the band. He is the bass guitar.
Not
Kicks.
positive. That would be
Wait, Kicks?
musically. I got a feeling that one is more in your musical wheelhouse than mine.
Kicks. I'm thinking of not In Excess or Sticks, but Kicks. I'll have to
Well,
look it up and see what songs they played. But yeah, it's really fun going to the pits and talking to the crew and just learning stuff, man. I learn like
tell me,
now I get home and look at my Cutlass and I'm thinking like, holy shit, I want to do a bunch of cool stuff with this thing.
yeah,
Like I'm totally inspired. I want a pro mod blasting through the subdivision. They're like, Fears, you got a pro mod in your garage. I'm like, I know. Where do you run it? I don't. I
these
just
guys
cruise
are
town in it.
these guys are definitely right up your alley.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, I don't even have to listen to the music. I can see from the thumbnails
yeah.
that
Rock band from the '80s. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
it sounds familiar. It definitely sounds familiar.
Don't Close Your
Uh,
Eyes is their first song that's coming up. I don't know if that would ring any bells to you, but that's the
don't
first song
close
that
your
you
eyes.
yeah. I'm sure we'll check it out after we
Yeah.
don't go live and can't get copyright struck or anything like that. Oh, the
They were.
legalities.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, plenty of
Huh.
fun stuff for ADRL coming up this year, which is going to be great.
Yeah. So we do. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So, but yeah. So anybody that's joining late, I'm Dr. Fears or Ryan, whatever you want to call me. That's Prince Adam over here. And this is our Bet You Didn't Know podcast, which really doesn't have anything to do with drag racing. It's more of
Doesn't have anything to
it's
do with
really
anything.
it's just us talking about things that people have forgotten about or odd facts that people didn't know or bet you didn't know that there was a thing called buggery and there was a really odd scenario that went down the 1700s that we learned about that was pretty
Yeah.
strange about a guy who was accused of buggery. If you don't know what buggery is, look it up.
Yeah, Google
There's
that
a
one.
gentleman accused of buggery. He went to court and to teach him a lesson, they killed his sheep
In front of him, made him watch
in front of
before
him, made
killing
him
him.
watch as they killed his sheep.
So yeah,
and other animals. So I don't know if you can piece it together what buggery might be, but it was a very weird 1700s colonial style.
yeah,
You know, you're
it was
going to hell for sure.
yeah, it was a fun one. But
Yeah, it was weird.
then we talk about things like the world's smallest skyscraper
Oh
down in
yeah, that
Wichita Falls, Texas.
yep, that's a strange one. But
Yeah,
we have lots and lots and lots of stuff that we cover. So that's what
46
this is about.
episodes.
It's just an outlet for us to talk and discuss some really weird things and interesting things that we bet you didn't know.
Yeah, or I didn't know. I
Yeah,
spread the knowledge, spread the
yeah,
wealth.
appreciate it. Yeah,
Yeah,
knowledge is power.
sharing's caring.
Did you know that you could torture somebody by putting them on a triangle shaped wooden horse?
Yeah. Or or the methods in which elephants were utilized for execution, things or
Oh,
battle.
yeah. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, think about it. Elephants are heavy,
Mhm.
so it's not hard to squish somebody.
Nope. And when you
Yeah.
can train them to step on the foot,
Mhm.
then the shin, and then the knee and the thigh. Ugh.
Mhm. Did we talk about the one where, will you guys use different chaplains to hold church or one group or undecided?
Undecided.
You
Feel like
know, I really wish this past year that we would have had a service on Sunday mornings. We're definitely talking about having that this coming up year. So um, I don't know if it'll be one dedicated chaplain. I think that sounds great. However, in the big scheme of things,
with with the
Christians
various
are
locations, it
Christians,
gets
and
tough.
I think Christians are Christians, and some chaplains are good at relaying the message better than others. But in the big scheme of things, man, hey, we're there to pray and give thanks, and I think in the big scheme of things, that's what's important. So maybe we find somebody at each event to do it, or maybe just one that wants to do it, or maybe
Yeah.
we all just get together and say grace.
Yeah. Boy, this
Maybe we'll let
statement
Prince Adam do it.
is a fact, and we
It's hard to pull it all together in the first year. Holy cow. No kidding. I feel like I'm in a top fuel dragster right now, and
Oh my
this
god.
first year things were just blowing apart all off of it. Like they're missing panels and get to the back and the
Yeah.
parachute falling off the back. Like, oh, it's been great. But we made a great pass. That's the difference, is we made a
Yeah.
great pass. We didn't crash.
Nope.
We made a great pass. We
We
just
have
lost some
we
things.
haven't blown up the motor or anything like that. We gotta retool. We gotta hook it back up to the computer,
That's right.
realign some things, and
Hmm.
send this bitch back down.
Yeah. 24 is going to be amazing. I really can't wait.
Yeah. Yeah, and the learning curve and things that we've become knowledgeable of or learned or understood from a year ago today till now in drag racing is just ridiculous. And then
Yeah.
the amount there is still to learn, still to do. I mean, it's not over yet, but that's the fun part. That's the part that keeps me going with it.
Same here.
I don't
Same
like
here.
cookie cutter.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that, in my world, it's all about being different. Especially
Mhm.
coming from a musician standpoint, or a musical background as an entertainer, or an artist. What makes you different, right? Like what
Mhm.
makes the 80-year-old different, and that's the key thing. That
Yep.
is the absolute most important thing, is
Sure.
what sets us apart from everybody, right?
Yeah.
So that's the main focus. And to your point, Prince Adam, or producer Adam, PA,
It all works.
whatever you want. As I've explained to Kenny and Ashley, I feel like I'm being fed through a fire hose right now,
Mhm.
and I'm getting a lot of it. My belly's full. A lot of it's coming out of my nose, and kind of like trying to shotgun a beer that's exploding. But
Yeah.
um, we're doing it, and I'm just grateful that we have Kenny and Ashley and
Yeah.
yourself, obviously, and my mom, the whole team, the whole crew.
Yeah, we've
But
got
when
the
it
right
comes
people.
to the knowledge well, they are the source of knowledge. So it's definitely lowered the learning curve, per se. There's really not much of a learning curve. It's just doing it.
I
Oh,
was
I agree, man. Look,
I
I've never been, yeah, thanks, Nick. I've never experienced the 470 class.
Mhm.
And frankly, I didn't really quite understand exactly how classes worked per se, or what the goal was with the indexes.
I'm internally conflicted on it, but I understand it, but yeah, my
I
brain's
understand it.
still wrapping
I
around.
I understand it now. And what was really cool is the 470 index guys, the consistency. They still
Yeah,
seem like they were really fast. 470s, 360s. I mean, yeah, there's a difference there.
yeah.
But still anything under 5 is hauling ass. I mean,
No,
you're
it's moving.
still 185 mile an hour plus.
Yeah, an eighth mile, yeah.
And those guys, I think so. I think the 470 guys were in the 180s, something like that. I don't quite remember, but it was still fast. It was a great show. They were consistent. They weren't breaking their machines.
And they're
And what I noticed,
all good people too.
great people. And what was cool is walking down through the pits at Rockingham. I mean, we're definitely going to have 470 guys. That just
No
so you
doubt.
guys know, that is a class. We are absolutely having a 470 class this season for a tour. But yes, I mean, they were walking around to the pits and talking to the guys. Most of them was just a guy,
Yeah,
and his wife,
right.
and their
Or
kids.
maybe another
And
buddy in a cooler or something like that, you know?
yeah, man. And it's like, I'm like, well, how cool is this? I mean, you basically are running a tuned down pro mod that you can get a few hundred passes out of. You don't have to come back every time and tear down your stuff. Like, it's a perfect hobby. It's a perfect racing hobby and class for somebody that wants to go fast but doesn't have to rebuild their motor or break a bunch of shit all the time. And they can just take them and their wife and their kids and go have a great time and work on it themselves if they need to make some adjustments. And it was just a really, I watched the puppies.
You what? Yeah, those guys barking in the background right now.
So yeah, I digress. But the 470 class was amazing.
Yeah.
So amazing that they're going to be a fixture with us, at least this coming up year. And so if you're running a 470 car,
Hit me up.
Let us know, man. We'd love to have you, or just show up once we release the dates, and we'll go from there. But the one guy that really stood out to me was Raven. He had a
the Raven car.
Raven car. It was like a black Chevelle, I think it was what it was.
I have to go through my video.
He was so nice. He was so cool. His wife was super nice, and everybody seems to be that way. He had his daughter there, and just a great conversationalist. He was super excited about all the fans. He's like, man, like, this is great, dude. We race with so-and-so, and there's never any fan. There's nobody here ever. And he goes, it's so cool to have people like walking up and wanting to take pictures. And yeah, Raven. And the guy just super cool, man. And he's my kind of dude, kind of got long hair and tattoos and a cutoff t-shirt. And I'm like, yeah, man, you're definitely up my alley. Me being a metalhead kind of guy, in a black car named Raven. I'm sure he's a metalhead kind of dude too. But yeah, so just anyways, I digress. It's a really, really great class. And
yeah, it's cool to see cars that are more, I don't know. For me, it was, these cars are more like the cars I would see on the road. Not that I don't see other cars similar to the Pro Mod Pro Extreme, but they're that exaggerated, almost cartoony, Hot Wheelie kind of car, not a car, like a
right
Mustang or something.
Yeah, it's like a Pro Mod. They're just like tuned down. Pro Extreme cars are tuned down Pro Mods or Pro Nitruses, right? They're just super cool, super neat. Yeah, you really got me going on that 470 class because I love it.
Yeah, that has been a topic of conversation this off season.
Yeah, and I hate to say it, I can't remember is it Jeff or Jim, the manager at Rockingham, the track manager. It wasn't Dan or Al, it was Jim. What was his name? He was the one that had the connection with all the 470 guys. And man, they showed up. I mean, there was
they came out of the woodwork.
25. I don't know how many cars we had, almost 30. 20, I don't know, that whole class. It
was in the 20s. I know that.
Man, they were just making killer hits, and it was fun. Okay, no more 470 class, but I love it. I do love it a lot.
It's an exciting one to see. Yeah, I'm interested in seeing how that one. I mean, I definitely know it's going to add to the events as we go into 2024. There's no question about that. So
yeah, no question.
Yeah, it's just another layer of excitement.
Mm-hmm. That is correct.
That is correct.
Very entertaining, very, very gripping. It's like it's just such an exhilarating and thrilling
Oh, you found your thesaurus.
Stimulating, marvelous class.
Free
There you go. You're welcome. You like that, Adam?
I did like the
What was that? What was that comment? Sorry, you know what I was doing.
no, it started up. We'll start up here for you.
I had two new drag fans wanted to travel to watch me race. Very humbling. Oh, that's awesome, brother. Because of free tickets. Free tickets don't work. It's not the free tickets. I'm just joking. Just joking.
It's the entirety of everything. It's not that. That's the one thing that I've kind of found out with it. It's not one thing, and you can't have.
Recipe.
Yeah, you have to have that special mixture of everything: the organization, the drivers, the fans, the track, everything across the board has to be.
You gotta have a good promoter. You gotta have somebody like Ashley that can run a tight ship as the competition director. You know, you got Bubba and Letha that were up there running the front tower in the back, and you know, you had Rick and Meyer in the back. You know, and then you have Mom, who's kind of Bonnie oversight of that. You know, I mean, just and of course you with
Danny out there.
Danny. Yep. I mean, dude, it was incredible, man. And then what was really cool is the fact that Dan Van Horn actually came out and helped. Like the owner of the track was like, "What can I do to help? What can I do to help?" I mean, because you know, there's a lot of people there, and he was out there, him and Al, or actually, I think more of like Dan, but I did see Al out there.
Al was out there a lot too. He was just more, I think, right on the track. And,
yeah,
and really kind of handling things right there. But yeah, I mean, it was not odd in a bad way, but in a refreshing way. You see Dan come rolling up towards you, and you're like, "Oh Christ, what happened? What's going on?" He's like, "Really? Hey, how's things looking great? How can I help out? Anything you guys need?" And like, this is weird.
Yeah, just happy to be there, happy to help. It was great, man.
And that's we're all there to help. It's a mutually beneficial thing for everybody that's involved. Right. Everybody gets something out of it, and that's what it is. Nobody's there to take advantage of everybody. We're all there for each other and to help each other out. That's the beauty of it.
That's right. That is right. And by the way, if you guys don't know what this is up here, that's our logo.
Oh, Melton.
That is Melton.
You're mirrored, so it'd be your other hand.
I'm up there. No. Isn't it? On my screen, it is directly above my finger.
On mine, it's not, but we'll agree to disagree until it actually goes out. We shall see.
That's weird. Okay. How about this fucker? All right. Why don't I just take a screenshot?
Okay.
How about that? How about I just take a screenshot? How about I just take a picture?
Okay. Picture's worth 1,000 words.
Ready? Here we go. I'm going to line it up.
Mm-hmm.
Boop. I just booped you.
No.
You're welcome.
You did not have my consent for that booping.
I did not give you consent to the boop.
Yeah. Well, I guess since you've booped me and we're at about an hour and 15 minutes of the episode, we'll go ahead and wrap this one up. But yes, I do see by your picture that you are pointing at Melton, who you were referring to with the pointy before I cut you off. But yeah, that is Melton. He is our became the logo of the
Such a cool logo.
Where else are you going to find a logo like that on any other podcast? And it's not like we found him and said, "Oh, this is a cool logo." He was part of a story or a visual assistance that I used within a story, because back when these were produced episodes, I had the pleasure and extra fun of going in and creating jokes by putting in different pictures or comments at the bottom. And that was how I had my fun on top of the fun of the episode. So
fun.
Oh man. Yeah, definitely. If you haven't gone back and checked out any of those old episodes, you can still find them out there on YouTube. Give them a check. You can catch back up with you. Catch some inside jokes and some references that others may not be part of the crew.
Yeah. Heck yeah. But so it was great. Thanks again, Adam.
Hey, no problem. I enjoy doing it. We have fun doing it. I'm loving the interaction, and it has been great. This part of it has been a great addition to the podcast since coming on the 80-Year-Old Network. So definitely thank you to everybody that has been watching, has been chiming in with the comments, throwing in their thoughts on old childhood games. And there were things we didn't even cover on the childhood stuff, which is always the point I try to hope for in every episode, is that we don't need all the topics, because we get on a topic and all of a sudden we start talking about putting people in brass bowls and lighting fires underneath of it. We get sidetracked, but that's how it is, and that's what
Slathering
we
people in
enjoy doing.
honey and all kinds of weird things.
Oh yeah, yeah. There is so much in those past episodes. The Pepsi had the second largest navy in the world for a period of time, and so many cool things. But definitely check those out. Tune in every Tuesday, 8 o'clock Central Time for new episodes, and definitely reach out in the chat, interact. We enjoy the conversations, and probably be hoping to add some people in as guests for a little bit extra and pick their brains for some knowledge as well.
Yeah, yeah. So we may shoot you a link for the next episode so you can jump in and we can all brainstorm a little bit. But yeah, the live chat's fantastic.
Yeah,
So
a whole different experience, which is great. So definitely we'll keep that going.
it's not
So,
just great.
yeah,
It's
what do you got there?
it's engrossing.
Oh, engrossing, engaging, riveting,
Yeah, gripping.
enthralling.
Yeah, they're
Nice.
very amusing and rousing at the same. It's
Titillating.
wonderful.
Some would call it titillating.
Or stirring, slightly weird, but spellbinding and splashy all at the same.
Nice. It's fun that we're able to finally communicate on this level. Unfortunately, I'm not looking at a thesaurus. But oh man.
It's electric.
Yeah, boogie woogie woogie. All right, well, let's wrap this up before it gets any more stupid. And yeah, appreciate everybody being here. Tell a friend, like, comment, subscribe, share, all those fun things.
Yes, please like, comment, subscribe, follow the YouTube channel.
Yeah,
Like, comment, subscribe, follow the YouTube channel. Go to the American Drag Racing League's YouTube channel. Yuba and
yep.
You got it.
Subscribe. Make sure to turn on notifications. That way, anytime we go live, you'll get a notification. Because as much as we have these episodes scheduled for 8 p.m. every Tuesday, we've also got Adrenaline that'll be happening at 7 p.m. Central on Thursdays once we get back on the schedule there.
Yes.
We've got future content that's coming out that we haven't even released or discussed yet. So that'll be a fun little surprise for everybody. And we hope to keep it growing. So
I can't wait to, yeah, that's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. So, yep.
Awesome.
More to come. More to come.
All right. Thanks all.
Indeed. We will catch you all next week.
Peace and chicken grease.
Bulls on parade. Not going to add in your fancy other one that you came up with?
Oh, yeah. Peace, chicken. Oh, wait, no. No, wait. Peace, chicken grease, and fuck off.
There we go. Have a good night, everybody.